Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about some 5-star predictions because I am sick of reading crap. I feel like this year has been the worst reading year in terms of quality of book that I've read in a very, very long time. Also, elephant in the room, chopped all my hair off. I got sick of it being long. We are eventually going on a cruise, so I just want it short. I did not want it down to my butt for the cruise and trying to deal with it. And yeah, I chopped it all off. And it was a funny story because if I decide to cut my hair, I have to do it like that second. I have to do it then, there, no matter what else I'm doing, it has to be that second. Because I really hate getting my hair cut. I really hate getting my hair cut. So anyway, I was at the library when I decided. So I called this little like boutique, or not, what is it called? Hair salon, whatever, right next to the library. And I was like, I need to have an appointment today, like within the next 30 minutes, preferably. And they were like, oh, it was kind of garbled on the phone a little bit. Like it was hard to understand them. They're like, yeah, we have one literally right now with this hairdresser. And I was like, okay, sign me up. I'll be right there. So I drove over there, and the girl who took me back was very young, and I was like, okay, interesting. And she seemed very nervous, didn't seem to know like her way around the salon very well. I was like, okay, she's probably like brand new, like she probably just started. She does the haircut, she's very slow, very methodical, and then midway through the appointment, this woman walks over who clearly like knows where everything is. Like she seems like she's top tier in this place. And she goes, okay, just before like you send her off, make sure to check with me before you blow dry and finish up. And I'm sitting there going, oh, she's like new, like new. So she finished my haircut. I love it. It's nothing fancy. I wanted it out of my face, basically a shortened version of what I had, which is what I wanted. So I was happy, and I was like, okay, like where do I pay? Because she started cleaning up, and I was like, and she's like, oh, did they not tell you? It's free. It's a free haircut. Because I just finished my apprenticeship. And I was like, no, they probably did tell me on the phone, but I couldn't hear it because of the static. Turned out fine. It turned out fine. So yeah, apparently I'm now a person who apprentices practice on, which I'm okay with because it grows out. I mean, that's the thing. The hair grows out, even if it's awful, it grows out. So anyway, that was fun. Free haircut, but I ended up giving her like a huge tip since it was free, and I love the haircut. So I walked up and I was like, hey, can I give her a tip? So yeah, it's great. It was like a $60 haircut for free. So very happy. So anyway, that is the story behind the new haircut, because I know some of you would definitely ask in the comments. I think this is the very first video out with the new haircut, because I am filming stuff with the new haircut. It's just not out yet. So anyway, yeah, let's get to the 5-star predictions. I am going to be working on vlogs with these like in them over the next 6 months is what my hope is, because I need some 5 stars very badly. So first we're going to be starting off with a book that is the second in a series. I gave the first book a 5-star, which is why I haven't read this one yet, because I'm very nervous and my expectations are super high, and it is Never a Hero. I have 2 copies of this, and I have 2 copies of the first book, and I just really want to love this. This is, well, I guess I'll say I can't talk about this one specifically, but the first book was following a group of monsters, basically. Like they look human, but there's actually something monstrous about them, and there's multiple families, and something catastrophic happens at the beginning of the book. And there's a time travel aspect, and I normally hate time travel, but it was done so interestingly and so well that I loved the book. There was also a very intense love triangle that I'm curious if it's going to continue into this book, because I normally hate love triangles, but it was so good and so emotional that it actually ramped up how good the book was. So I have such high expectations. This one is following directly after the events of the last book, because the end of the last book had huge consequences for the first book and for moving on in the series. Like, I don't even know where they're gonna go from that first book. So I have such high expectations. I also haven't started this because I thought it was a duology, but apparently there's a third book. Had no idea. And I kind of wanted to push myself closer to release date of the third book before I started the second one, because the first one I read the second it came out, and it was a year until the next release, and it was such a big cliffhanger. I was like, This is torture. So anyway, I think this will be a 5-star if it's anything like the first book. Another sequel, I feel like we're just going to start with sequels because there's one more sequel after this and then all the rest are first in the series or just general books. Next one is Foxglove. I gave Belladonna 5 stars. And again, very high expectations. Haven't started it because I am really nervous about it. But yeah, I am so excited. And also you can tell all of these are special editions, which I found very funny that they're all special editions. But yeah, this should be a 5-star. So Belladonna was following our main character who had a touch with death. And so she can kind of speak to death. And that is the point. And it's really like a cozy mystery fantasy, like gothic as well. It's a lot of different things. It's just really fun, and the mystery aspect was so much fun in that book. I felt like it definitely was what made me really love the first book. Otherwise it would have been a generic, I feel like, romantic fantasy. But instead of focusing on the romantic fantasy side of the book, it really did focus on her powers and her life solving the mystery that was presented throughout the book, which I really liked. And this one also seems to have a mystery. Like, I did read the first chapter when I first got it, but then I wasn't like in the mood to read it. It does seem like this one is also going to be solving a mystery, which I am obsessed with. So very excited. This should be a 5-star. I feel like this is even easier of a 5-star than Never a Hero, because Never a Hero has a ton of stakes in it that I feel like I could not like the direction that the book takes. So that one's like a risky 5, really hoping it's 5. This one I feel like is like, this should be a 5-star. Okay, last sequel that we're doing, Empire of the Damned. This should be a 5-star. But anyway, I gave the first one originally 4.5 because it did so much emotional damage to me that I was like, I can't possibly give this a 5-star. And then I couldn't stop thinking about it. I still can't stop thinking about it. I remember everything that happened in that book, which is shocking because it was like 700, 800 pages. And I read it over a year ago and I'm still obsessed with it. So I'm thinking this should be a pretty easy 5-star. It's going to wreck me, but apparently I'm okay with it when it comes to this series. So, well, yeah, because I gave all the Illuminate. I think it's just J. Kristoff. I'm okay with J. Kristoff destroying my life, apparently is where it's at. Okay, so yeah, 5-star. First one is literally, it's like they are epic books. They are epics. It is following the last Silver Saint in the world, because this is post-apocalyptic, in the middle of an apocalypse basically, where I think it's the sun has been covered and it's basically like a constant night and vampires have taken over the world. And it is telling the story in 3 separate timelines, where we have the current day, which is narrating us through the story, which is our Silver Saint talking to a vampire about his life story. And then we have I'm waiting for my dog to like pop over here, which is why I keep looking over there. And then we have his like childhood through his apprenticeship with the Silver Saints. And then we have like his middle life where he's trying to escort a person to another place. And it's all 3 timelines, and they're just, all 3 of them are amazing. I will say one of them did start getting a little bit boring and tedious, but the payoff was so good that it was worth it. It was one of those books where it's like, is this gonna be worth it? But it totally was worth it when you got to like where you were supposed to be. So yeah, this is just continuing. Like, we stopped off at a point where we found out a bunch of things and it stopped there, and now this is like almost like part 2 of the epic journey of our characters. So yeah, I'm really excited, but I also haven't started it because I know it's going to be super emotionally taxing. So I need to have like a lot of time set aside to like read this, where I'm not distracted by anything else. So yeah, Empire of the Damned, this should be pretty easy 5-star. Okay, we're moving into, there's a bug that will not leave me alone. We're moving into first in the series or just standalones, just things like that. Like, I wanted to get the sequels out of the way. These are a little more risky. I feel like if it's not part of the series, it's a little more risky. Her Majesty's Royal Coven. I feel like this is right up my alley. This seems like something I'm going to be obsessed with. Like, it's women power, witches throughout history. There's even like because the new book Queen Bee or whatever is coming out, and it's Anne Boleyn, and she's part of like this whole thing. So I feel like this is made for me to give it a 5-star, which is also why I haven't read it yet, because I'm really nervous about it not being a 5-star. So this is definitely going to probably be one of the first that I read. This is also a Fairy Loot book, so it probably is going to get put in a Fairy Loot catch-up vlog, which I am actually working on right now, but I already have the books picked out for that one. So this one is not in that one, but I am working on that right now. That is close to being finished, so that is one of the books that will come out, or one of the videos that will come out in July. But this one will be in one, because I have other Fairy Loot books in this pile, so I'll probably just put all the 5-star prediction ones in the same video. So anyway, yeah, this one, following a group of secret coven of witches, and it's like a lot of like popular people, and it just sounds so cool. I just really like the idea behind this, and I love the yellow. I love the yellow cover. Okay, this one is probably the riskiest one. This is definitely the riskiest one because I've not read from this author before. This is outside of my normal fantasy genre, because this is more science fiction, and this is cozy, and cozy can either go I love it or I hate it, but this just seems like something I'd be obsessed with, and it is In the Lives of Puppets. I think this is the TJ Klune book I will like the most, which is funny because I think this is the one people like the least, but it has the robot kind of like thing in it with a cozy adventure, and that seems like something I would really like. So this one is risky though, because I've never read from this author, and it's definitely not just like a fantasy book that I'm expecting things from. So this is risky, but I think this could be a 5-star. It's so hot outside. I am sweating, and my allergies are so bad right now. You can probably hear I'm super congested. Okay, next one. I feel like this should be a 5-star, and I don't know why I haven't read it yet, because this is an older book. Like I don't know when this came out, but it is an older book. This is a Fairy Loot edition. This came out in 2013, and it's by one of my favorite authors, Holly Black, and it is The Coldest Girl in Cold Town. This one is different than her other books. It's like a vampire take, because normally, you know, she writes Fae, she writes the Cruel Prince series, and I loved all of her other series. Almost all of her books get a 5-star for me, except for like the middle Tithe book. But yeah, that's why I think this will be a 5-star, because I just love her writing, like, so much. And this is like nostalgia 2013. Yeah, I think I'll really like this. But I think if I remember correctly, this girl goes to like a party and they become infected with vampirism or something like that. It's something like that, but I know it has to do with vampires. I don't really know what this one is about, other than I just think it'll be a 5-star because it's Holly Black. And it's in the era of the other ones that I really liked. So, Holly Black, Coldest Girl in Cold Town. We are down to two. First one up, The Wren in the Holly Library. I feel like this one is also a bit risky because it is a romantic fantasy, and I am so hit or miss with romantic fantasies, but there's something about this one. I love the idea. There's like monsters, and it's a Beauty and the Beast reimagining, but with monsters, and that's like what I want. And it's New York City is collapsing because of the monsters. So yeah, I want to read this one. I would love to read this one. Nervous, excited. A lot of people already really like this one, it seems like. So yeah, and apparently this is going to be one of the adult book boxes. I don't remember if it was Owl Crate or Fairy Loot. I don't remember which one, but apparently it's going to be in one of those, which I'm really excited about to see what they do with it, because it's already stunning. So I don't know what else you would want to do with it. But anyway, very excited about this. I think this could be a 5-star, and it's by the Red Tower thing. I'm doing a Red Tower video, is where this really is going. I have a bunch of Red Tower books that I just keep buying because they're so pretty. So I'm planning on doing an entire Red Tower video to see if anything stands up to Fourth Wing Iron Flame. So it's kind of my plans as well, and these books should read pretty fast. So I'm nervous, but it's gonna be like this one, 5 Broken Blades. There's like a Sanctuary of something. And then there was another one that just came out that I bought too. I don't remember, but it's quite a few. It is quite a few. And then Heaven Breaker, I might go get. I haven't bought that one yet. But anyway, I think this should be a 5-star. You should see this hopefully soon. The one that I cannot stop hearing about. I literally have not stopped hearing about this one. So I feel like this is a safe 5-star, although I said that with Divine Rivals and then ended up being a 3, and then I DNF'd the second book. But this seems really good. The Crimson Moth. Or what is it, The Heartless Hunter in the United States. It seems good, and I love the aesthetic of this book. It's literally stunning. It's a duology, which I love. I'm loving me some duologies because I don't have to wait for a third frickin' book. Witch hunters, courting, yeah. I like witch hunters stories. That's all I know about this book. This is mostly a 5-star based on vibes and everyone talking about it. So this probably may be the most risky one. Who knows? But anyway, that is my entire predictions. I feel like the safe ones, again, are Empire of the Damned, Foxglove, and that's it. I think Empire of the Damned and Foxglove should be like 1000% 5 stars. That's like, shouldn't even be in question, I feel like. But anyway, that is everything I had for you today. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of do a little chill video and kind of get myself hype about books because I just finished a romantic fantasy that I thought was just a fantasy, but it's definitely a romantic fantasy, for the Fairy Loot Catch-Up vlog, and I so did not like it, like, at all, that I'm just depressed. I haven't liked the last couple books that I read, and I'm just so annoyed and frustrated with books right now. So anyway, those are my 5-star predictions. You should be seeing those throughout the next 6 months, hopefully. I will try to get to all of them. They pretty much all fit into a video except for Empire of the Damned. That one's going to be on my own time kind of thing. And The Coldest Girl in Cold Town. That one doesn't really fit anything. But I am excited. I'm excited to read these. But anyway, that is all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it. And make sure you comment down below what your 5-star predictions are for the rest of the year, what books you want to get to. Because these are all kind of backlist books. Like, there are definitely newer ones in here, but there are some backlists. So any 5-star predictions that you want to get to, definitely let me know down below. Or if there's any books you think I would give 5 stars, definitely let me know down below. Anyway, yeah, that's it. So I will see you guys in the next video.